Of the week?
Well, I mean, I could do the Law Lords striking down secret evidence for control orders, but actually it has to be the Parliamentary Labour Party on Monday, which was meant to be, you know, Gordon Brown's Waterloo. But as I prophesied last week, it was nothing of the sort. But just to say about the actual meeting, first of all, the whips had left nothing to chance. They'd scoured the highways and byways for members of the House of Lords. And, of course, they are creatures of patronage. So when you hear all that desk banging and clapping, it's normally there.
Well, if you give your wife a job, you're pretty good at patronage, aren't you?
So that is packed with members of the House of Lords. But a lot of the newspaper reports afterwards said it was Gordon Brown's speech which did it. In fact, I think MPs came in knowing what they were going to do.
They'd made their minds up.
Yeah, they had. And his speech, it was great, but it was full of complete fiction, like, I'm going to change, I'm going to start listening. The other thing I saw in the papers was that Neil Kinnock's speech clinched it. Well, I tell you, his was the last speech, and most of us have heard many Neil Kinnock speeches. And as he went into his umpteenth subordinate clause, we all started looking at our watches and saying, come on.
Thank you for that bit of colour. I feel as if I was there now. Michael.
I think I'm going to cheat because I just think we ought to mention Obama's speech in Cairo. Now, I'm cheating because I think it was actually last Thursday.
More than a week ago.
I think it was last Thursday.
No, it was a brilliant speech.
And, you know, we went on air last Thursday. We were so excited about the coup that then didn't happen. And this week we're so excited about the coup that didn't happen. We're not going to mention it. But Obama's speech in Cairo was an extraordinary speech.
Have you been asleep since last week? Is that why you couldn't think of anything for this week?
Well,
It's
you know, this week...
You've been lost in your Wagnerian operas.
You leave him alone.
I have been lost in my Wagnerian operas. But what I wanted to... I really think that we ought to have some mention on this programme of international affairs. Obama's speech is, you know, was a fantastic balancing act between the Palestinian and the Israeli cause. It was
beautifully crafted.
It was a wonderfully crafted speech. I mean, it gives great hope because it is made at the beginning of a presidency, and here's a man who's serious about doing what he can about that problem.
OK, you've mentioned international affairs. Now stop it. There'll be no more. Back to parochial Britain.